Okay, so here I have a 2007 Toyota Corolla, and see the power steering reservoir is empty, and this has continued for some time in this car. And obviously there is a leak, and the leak is even obvious around this part of the car. You can see several oil leaks. So I've been doing some tracing on both the low and high pressure hoses, and it appears to me that the leaking is coming from the power steering pump. And the power steering pump in this car is located way down there. Okay, so my task here is to bring down the power steering pump and attempt to fix the oil leak. Okay, to assess the power steering pump, I've taken off the passenger side wheel. Next, you have to take off three 10mm screws, that is 3 screws with 10mm bolt head. This sort of screws. Okay, so here it is. See, that's the power steering pump, and it's soaked. See, the whole of this area is soaked in oil. Okay, so my task here, I want to bring down this power steering pump. This is it. Well, the first thing I have to do is to remove the belt and bring down the pump, fix the leak on the pump, and then install it back. Okay, with the belt out, here is the power steering pump. Here is the wheel of the power steering pump, and power steering pump is held in position by 2 bolts. You can see this is one of it. It's quite a tight corner, so it's not easy to get a good view of, but here it is. Here is one of it. So you can see it's a bit long, goes down. Okay, so next is to take off these 2 bolts. Okay, so here is the bolt. There are 2 of it. Here are the 2 bolts, 2 14mm bolts that hold. These 2 14mm bolts hold the power steering pump in place. It has taken me a while to take out this. That's taken me over an hour to get these 2 bolts out, and I guess because these bolts have never been removed, and so if you are to try this process yourself, beware. With the sticky oil in it, it wasn't easy to remove it, but here they are. And next is to wiggle out the power steering pump. Okay, so here it is. I've been able to bring down the power steering pump. Now how to get rid of this. Now to remove this 19mm bolt holding this other high pressure hose line or high pressure line. Okay, so see, those are the two bolts. So if for any reason you have to do this, bear in mind that the power steering pump in the Corolla, and I think pretty much is the same with most Toyota cars, the power steering pump is held in position by two 14mm long bolts. So the moment you're able to wiggle your way through and get rid of those bolts, you can wiggle it out. Bear in mind, it doesn't fall off freely. After removing the bolts, you have to wiggle it some more for it to come out. Okay. Okay, so here I have the power steering pump of a Toyota Corolla, a 2007 Toyota Corolla. This is the power steering. This is the power steering pump, and there has been oil leak around the neck area. You know, the oil drips around the neck area. That's what I discovered. So I brought it down, and it's held in position by 4 of 12mm bolts, and this other one it's a 14mm bolt. This is a 14mm bolt. So I've slackened all, so I want to loosen it and see how I can replace the seal at the neck. Okay. And then this 40mm bolt. Well, I already slackened all, so because it requires a vise to remove these bolts. Okay. So Okay, so this is the cause of the problem. This is pretty shattered. Okay, so you can see the O-ring here is messed up, so that's where the fluid has been leaking out from. See, it's pretty cracked. Part of the debris that came out of it. So this is where the oil, the power steering fluid, this is the cause of the power steering fluid leak. And well, I have to get it out and get a replacement and couple it back. So this is the only thing I'm here to. Once we fix that, this power steering will be as good as new.